We just talk too much. Everybody don't need to know your vision. Please stop talking about your man.
Yes. All right.
Because you blink your eye, somebody else will have it. Because you busy being I'm every woman, and ain't nobody taking care of your man at home.
Okay. That's true.
I'm telling you about what I know, not what I heard, okay? Another thing about the change activity is it gives us an opportunity to be innovative. It gives us an opportunity to do something that we've never done before. Because how many of you know if you want something you've never had, you got to be willing to do something you've never done. So stop trying to do the same old thing the same old way, but expect something better to happen. You got to step out on the cliff. Just step on out on the edge. That's what faith is. Because that's the other thing about us as women. We want to know everything. We have a little bit of Eve in all of us. I have a sermon that I preach called Eve Every Day and Evermore. Because the thing that gave Eve the opportunity to be seduced by the enemy was that she wanted to know something. She was like, oh, what, huh? What? What about the apple, huh? And that's us. What? Tell me what, huh? Sometimes we just need to stay in our lane and not talk so much. Another thing about the change activity is that we are so much creatures of habit that the first time I told you to change, before I gave you any more instructions, you were busy changing back. Didn't you? Like, oh, I took my earring off, let me put it back on. Without instruction. So oftentimes we are instructed by God to change something, but he got to take us kicking and screaming because we want to do it the same old way. We really do. So I came today to let you know that in order for you to really embrace change, we're going to have to do some things differently. And I believe that we need to live in color. And see, I say live in color because how many of you have ever looked at a rainbow? Have you ever looked at a rainbow and said, oh my goodness, there's not enough yellow in the rainbow? Oh my goodness, I can't stand that blue in the rainbow. We never look at a rainbow and say anything negative. We always look at a rainbow in amazement. Oh my God, there's a rainbow. This is just so gorgeous. We absolutely love the rainbow. And it's no mistake that God chose a rainbow to signify his covenant agreement with us because he recognizes the benefit of differences. If he didn't, it wouldn't be all of us. We're all created differently. We all have a uniqueness to ourselves. So it is something beautiful that happens when you get a sea of differences and they come together and operate on one accord. Now, as women, we need to do better at that. We need to stop hating. I said it, hating. Yeah, hating. We hate on each other, we abuse each other, we don't support each other, we tear each other down, we talk about each other, we say things like, she think she cute. Isn't that the craziest thing you've ever heard? Because let me help you with something. If you ever see me walking and you say, she thinks she's cute. You are so right. Let me tell you something. I was in Japan, and the group I was with, there was a gentleman, and he thought he was just funny. So he was always telling jokes and doing digs on people, and he said to me, oh, look at Dr. Jackson sitting over there looking like the Pillsbury Dough Girl. Oh, trust me, I'm quick on my feet, baby. I said, don't worry, there is always somebody trying to play in the dough. Here, wait a minute. Tweet that. love me. So I love me. I tell people all the time that when I first started speaking, when I first became a speaker, my boss at the time, I quit my job. It was in 1995. I've been in business for myself since 1995. And when I quit my job, my boss at the time said to me, I need to have a sister conversation with you. And I said, well, okay. And I was really listening intently because I truly valued this woman's presence in my world. There were certain things that she taught me that were invaluable. And so she came to me and she said, Sabrina, if you're going to be a professional speaker, you really need to lose a tremendous amount of weight. Because all that stuff about being big and beautiful and full and fabulous is a bunch of crap. And do you know any successful speaker that's a woman that's full-figure? And at that time, I did not. Because people, whenever I tell the story, people say, Oprah. Well, Oprah, in my mind, wasn't a speaker. She wasn't on the speaking circuit. She wasn't a member of the National Speakers Association. So she wasn't a speaker, as far as I was concerned. So as I began to think about what she was saying, I said, she's right. So I did some things. I joined Weight Watchers, where I kind of just watched the weight grow. I started Slim Fast, which was really Slim Slow. I joined Jenny Craig, and I found out quickly she was not my friend. But in the meantime, while I was doing all of that, something miraculous was happening. People were calling me from all over the world to speak. So I had to ask myself a question. Am I going to pay attention to the random utterances of the crowd, or what God is manifesting in my life? So I chose the latter. So if I never lose a pound, I'm a phenomenal speaker. Okay. Y'all want to know how I know I'm a good speaker? Because y'all listening to me, right? So it's important for us to really understand who we are and how we're made and how we're wired. What I do? I'm taking a technology challenge. I'll press this button right here. Okay. We're going to do an activity real quick called Essential Colors. Maybe. Okay. We're going to find out what is your essential color. But before I start, I want to start with a question. I want you to think about